This afternoon we're thinking about growing onions. In our garden we grow salad onions, spring onions, and eating in salad, and we also grow the usual sort of onions as well. We're going to start off by thinking about salad onions, spring onions. There's two basic ways that we grow ours. We grow some early in the season in modules, like this, and then others we will sow directly into the soil. So we're looking at these two ways, and we're going to compare these two different ways of growing our salad onions. To start off with, we're thinking about the modules. So quite a few weeks ago we sowed some seed into modules to try to get an early crop of salad onions. They've done reasonably well. Now we're going to take them out of the modules and we're going to try to plant them into the garden. So we're actually taking them out of the modules to begin with. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do. And we're trying to plant them where they're going to be growing into the garden. Okay, so we're now actually putting these into our rows. So afterwards then I will just finish that row off. They've not come out as well as I'd hoped they would have come out, but they should be okay. They should establish fairly well. And we'll then be able to compare them with the ones that we sow directly into the ground. So we're now going to sow some directly into the ground. We've got a shallow drill along here. They only need to be about 1/4 of an inch deep, not very deep at all. And so we've got ourselves a drill, and we're going to sow some seed directly into the drill. Okay, so you start at the one end, and we're just sowing our seed along the drill. We're then just going to cover over. We obviously need to water in as well. Won't take too long for those to germinate at this time of the year, and we'll then be able to compare our eventual crops with the ones that we've grown in the modules. So now we're going on to planting our main onions. These are the onions that we're going to be growing for cooking. But you can also eat them in salad as well. So these onions we buy as bulbs or sets, and we then plant them into the ground, and they will then grow on into big onions. Sometimes I will grow onions from seed, but normally I will buy them as these bulbs or these sets. I've got some red ones and some white ones, and this is how we're going to be planting them. We've got a seed bed here that's been very well prepared. Okay, it's not stony, it's not lumpy or anything like that. The ground has been very well prepared, and we're going to put the bulbs in. All that we're going to do is we're just going to press them gently into the ground. So we're going to start off with the red ones then, and I've got a line here, this piece of wood to mark where I'm going to be putting them, and I'm just pressing them in gently. The part where they are shooting, the part on top, that's obviously got to be facing up. The root's going to go down, that part is going to grow up. I'm not measuring, I'm just putting them probably about 5-6 inches apart. It's just the sort of distance that I've always done it. I'm just simply pressing them down gently into this well-prepared soil. They're almost completely buried, with just the shoots facing up. When you're actually planting them, the red ones are not quite as obvious for seeing where you've planted. Okay, so that's the first row complete. That should be absolutely fine. Again, they'll be watered in. Although it's such an unsettled day at the moment, we may well get a very torrential shower before long. But otherwise they will be watered in. And what I will do then will be to put some fleece over the top. For quite a time I will have them growing underneath fleece. This will protect them from any cold weather that we may have. It will encourage them to grow, and also it will protect them from pests. We do have a problem here with the birds coming and thinking that they're worms and trying to pull them out of the ground, particularly the big crows and jackdaws, and putting a fleece over will protect. So that then gives you the basic sort of idea of how we're planting our onions. Those are our red ones. We're going to put the other ones in as well. In fact, just over here, there's quite a few rows that we were putting in earlier. These were some of our white onions that we've been planting over here. They're not that obvious, but you can see them a little bit better than if they're the red onions. At this stage, the red ones are quite difficult to identify. But here you can see that we've got our white ones. And we'll keep you informed about how they grow. We'll show you them at different times. We'll show you the salad onions that we've put in as well. Here we've got some lettuce that we put in a week or two ago, and they're starting to establish themselves reasonably well. And we'll just keep you informed, keep you up to date about what is happening. Thank you.